G'day guys, happy Thursday, welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy Trades here. Thanks for joining me today as we get ready to look at the charts for our Thursday pre-New York AM walkthrough. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and turn on your notification icon. Remember, you can also join us in Trade Foundry. Link is in the description. That's my Discord. Feel free to join. And let's start the day by having a look at the calendar. So here we are on Thursday, and we have prelim GDP and unemployment claims at 8:30. 8:30 news, perfect time for news to drop. We can start looking for a position as soon as that news drops. Let's head over to the charts. We're going to start on NQ. Did take a loss during London today, so we'll quickly analyze that as well. All right, so bearish FEG is still open. ES did tap into this, so we have the SMT there. We also have an SMT at the lows. Low hanging fruit right now is previous day high, so we're looking for price to reach up to the previous day high and look for a reaction at that level, or just see how price moves through that level. So as it stands, going to remain bullish for NQ. Let's drop down to the hourly. That's the previous day high that we're looking for. This is the daily bearish FEG. And if we have a look here, we see price changing the state of delivery. We've got displacement. I would like to see a nice close above this level here. That would give us more conviction. We've got equal highs, these relative equal highs here as well, which is why I like this for the draw on liquidity, at least initially. So this being the low hanging fruit for the London AM session. Let's jump down to the 5 minute, clear the chart and have a look at the L we took, the loss. So we had this as our breaker. High, low, higher, high. The lowest down close candles or consecutive candles. This is also a Pegasus. We've got a single FEG, so we had a nice inversion here. What I was really hoping for was to see a clean sweep of the data high. So this is the Nvidia news from yesterday. I was looking for that to be swept. We didn't get that sweep. We were very close. We were within, a point or thereabouts, a couple of points. And we didn't get that. However, we got the Pegasus, we got the inversion, we have our breaker block. The best setup for me is I do like to see the inversion inside the breaker. That wasn't the case here. This is an A plus setup. Sorry, this is an A setup, not an A plus. What I really liked, even though we didn't quite sweep that liquidity, we were still inside a hourly bearish FEG. Okay, so still respecting the hourly bearish FEG. So that's what I was looking at. And you can see this candle here, this at the time was a swing point candle. This candle here. So if we just replay that, we can see we got a close back inside the range. Remember, we're sweeping the 1 hour bearish FEG, so that's our liquidity. Clean close back inside the range. So that's what I was looking at here. And so I lent on that. Got it closed through. This is where I entered the trade. And I set my stop above the breaker. I actually just used this as the relevant high for me. I just used that. It just stood out. So that's where I set the stop. And then just targeting to low resistance liquidity down here. That was what I was looking for. What price to reach to. Even, you know, take profits at this level here. This swing point stands out. Anyway, as we move forward, we see we got stopped out. We're in the trade for about 20 minutes there, and we got stopped out. So a loss there in London today. Still an A setup for me, but we'll move on to the next one. If you want to know any more about this trade, make sure to drop a comment in the comments section and I'll be sure to respond back. All right, let's get rid of replay and let's move on. Jumping over to ES now, move out to the daily. So we've got this high into the bearish FEG. I do like the idea of that high being swept. Previous day high, it's now the low hanging fruit as we've moved higher here. Here is that SMT, so there's that bullish SMT there with NQ. NQ made a higher low, whereas ES made a lower low. And if we drop down to the hourly, similar thing here. We have a close through with expansion, these opposing candles. So this is a change in state of delivery I'm looking for to support price higher. And this is the area of interest. That's our draw on liquidity. So bullish for ES. Let's jump over to CL. Pretty small range yesterday. Price has currently moved up into a bearish FEG. We're at about 36% of the average daily range. Didn't quite get to this low. This is a swing low, so we have an area of interest there. And then obviously these lows here. So I'm looking for price to continue its move lower out of this bearish FEG. IRL to ERL. That's what we're looking at there. Keeping that as a bearish bias for today. We do have a change in the state of delivery. Bullish. So that'll be our level that if price comes back to, will it push through or use that as support and continue higher. Again, we are inside a daily bearish FEG, but also overlapped with an hourly bearish FEG here, quite a large one at that. All right. 6E. On the daily, didn't quite get the sweep of the high that we were looking for. Currently respecting the bottom quarter previous day's candle. We've put in equal lows as well. And we have this low resistance liquidity through here. I'm going to look for price to continue to move lower. We closed lower yesterday. I'm going to look for that to continue that expansion. Jump it over to gold. So we took previous day low. We've taken Tuesday's low. Looking for previous week's low, Tuesday. And the week prior to that, the Thursday. Looking for that to be taken today. Got a nice expansion candle here. Unless we see an hourly change in the state of delivery, we're so close to these levels. That is my draw on liquidity as we move into New York AM. And once price sweeps that level, if it does sweep that level, then I'll reassess my position. Okay, how I feel about price after we have that sweep. You can see price has already expanded 124% of its average daily range. It may not move much further, but we shall see. We shall see. Right, let's have a look at Dixie. Oh, Dixie didn't want to listen to our idea yesterday where we were trying to get to this low. So we have moved higher. We were out of this bearish FEG. And price, we were looking to draw towards this low. So IRL to ERL. Price attempted to get there but did not. We ended up moving higher. We've also gapped up today as well. So another retest of this bearish FEG, a sweep of the high here, and then I can look for price to move lower to fill this gap. Okay, and then potentially lower to this low here. So based off of that, I'm going to keep bearish, see if we get into this gap, and then move lower off of that. GBP, sweep of the high. So we got that sweep we were looking for. Quite a reaction there too, closing back inside the range. This will be our next draw on liquidity. We're still inside the previous day's candle. So we've got an inside candle at the moment. It's a pretty even, could go either way at the moment. I would suggest that low hanging fruit, if we do move lower, obviously it would be previous day low. So especially off this swing here. One thing to note, we did close above this opposing candle and price is being respected at that level. So getting some mixed views here. This would be our draw on liquidity should price stay in respect of this opposing candle. Let's position ourselves in neutral for GU. Let's jump over to Dairy, over to crypto. Look at that. Right down to our area of interest. and we're getting a reaction out of there as well. So we got that part right. That's perfect. Where does price want to go to now? Well, potentially up into this gap here. We don't really want to see price go any lower, that's for sure. Bullish point of interest. So bullish for today, BTC. How about ETH? It's been having a rough trot as well. This low just stands out too much. This is our draw. We're going to go down here before we look to turn around. And it's equal lows as well. Okay, so that's where we're looking to go. Quite a strong level here, obviously, but we'll be testing that level once again, I would suggest. So bearish for ETH. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you got some information and the information provided was insightful. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to drop a comment and also join Trade Foundry. And don't forget to grab your Tradeify evals, 30% off. Code Jimmy Trades, and Apex, 80% off with code Jimmy. All right, guys, take care. Have a good Thursday. Bye for now.